Okay, boys and girls, now we're going to make a niacinamide cream or lotion, whichever way it comes out, and I will tell you the differences in another video. I went on to a fairly sophisticated formulated site for a recipe using niacinamide, and there was really disturbing suggestions on this. Comparing, using it, they called it a vitamin bomb, and it had vitamins A, B, C, and E. And you never, ever, ever want to use all those ingredients together. First of all, vitamin C is a really difficult ingredient to use. It's really questionable that you're going to be sophisticated enough as a small business person, even as a fairly sophisticated formulator. It's really doubtful that you're going to be able to deliver it in a way that is going to get it to be of value to the skin. A lot of times it's just a wasted product. The other thing is you never, ever, ever want to use ascorbic acid with niacinamide. You just don't. Now, the other thing is that I'm not going to show you putting in the niacinamide. You need a sophisticated pH meter like one that I have here. The strips really don't do it. I do have strips. I do have drops for testing pH. I have 3 different backup systems. If you put in the niacinamide, you could churn. If you don't have it in the right pH environment, you can change it into niacin. And that's very irritating. If you've ever taken a niacin vitamin on an empty stomach, you will break out in a rash or very red skin. And that's the reaction. And a lot of times that's the reaction that your skin will get if you're using it with niacin instead of niacinamide in it. So you want your pH to be where it can live. Now, most of my products wind up between 3.5 and 4.5, which is fine for most products. But niacinamide needs to live between like 5 and 7, and I usually go for 6. Some people say it could be like as low as 4, but I like to be sure because, you know, when you do your research, which you should be doing, you'll get different information. So it's really important that you know exactly what you're doing. So I'm going to give you the whole recipe except for putting in the niacinamide, because this is a nice recipe. It's a nice anti-aging recipe. It's a really good recipe, and I just want to warn you that I'm going to put in vitamin E and niacinamide. They work very well together, and I usually put vitamin E in everything. Plus, I use my own herbal infusions, and there's always vitamin E in my herbal infusions. So everything that I use has to work well with vitamin E. If niacinamide didn't, I just wouldn't use it. So anyway, please be careful. There's a lot of really bad information on the internet. There's a lot of bad DIYers who are throwing niacinamide here and there, in and out, not testing for pH, not testing correctly for pH, not putting in the right co-ingredients. So just be very careful. Repeat oils. Okay, so my ingredients is 100 grams of butters. I have shea, mango, and cocoa. I have 45 grams of oil. I started with my Chamomile Infused Oil. That's apricot, extra virgin sunflower, apricot, extra virgin olive oil with vitamin E. Meadowfoan Oil, Rosehip Oil, and coconut oil. My emulsifiers are the 4 that I normally use. Ewax, Stearic Acid, Beeswax, and Cetyl Alcohol. So this is a very easy recipe. So I'm heating and holding Aloe Vera Juice with glycerin and Aloe Vera Gel. Procter & Gamble did a study that said that the most moisturizing combination is niacinamide and glycerin. So this is going to have both of them. And but without the niacinamide, this is an excellent lotion or cream. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to come out. There's a little bit of difference between them, so I usually wait to the end to name it. The preservative I'm using for this product is Liquid Germall Plus. It's good when you have more water than oils, and it's really nice, paraben free. It's a really nice preservative, and just make sure that you understand how to use it. So the only thing that I have out right now is my vitamin E oil that goes in with my preservative. My fragrance is going to be a combination of pomegranate oil and lavender. So that's a really pretty scent. So I'm going to add a little bit at a time, and my thermometer and some swizzle sticks that I call them. So I'm going to put my aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, and glycerin gel into the mixer bowl and see what we have. My camera's not steady today. I am apologizing. I don't know why it keeps bouncing around the way that it is. But in my never-ending whines about sanitation, I'm going to alcohol my bowl before I... Looks like... I don't know if that's water in there. It shouldn't be water. I just washed it and dried it. Now I think that I just spritz too much alcohol at the bottom. So I'm going to alcohol the whole thing before I put anything in it, even though it's been through the dishwasher, sanitized, dabbed with a bleach solution, and now alcoholed. My scale's alcoholed, and I'm going to change my gloves before I put the rest of the ingredients in. I keep trying to change colors, and my hands must be swollen. I have lupus, and some days I have very swollen hands, joints, and the pink ones are small. They're not going on today. So this is my, oh, it's still on. This is my aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, and glycerin combination, and I suggest you look at how to combine glycerin and aloe vera juice and even water. I mean, you could make different amounts. So I'm going to be looking for about 350 grams. I always, you know, put much more in than I need because you're going to lose some. This was heating and holding for over, way over 20 minutes. Okay, so that's 359 grams of aloe vera juice, aloe vera gel, and glycerin. So now I'm going to put my water, my butters and oils and emulsifiers in. Sorry, my camera keeps bouncing. I don't know why it's doing this today. Just want to get all of that in there while I alcohol my whisk. Whisk! Where's my whisk? Okay, my butters and oils and emulsifiers are in with the aloe vera juice, the glycerin, and the aloe vera gel. I'm hoping that this will firm up nicely. I think that it will. I'm just going to check the temperature, see what we have. 142. Okay. It's 120, so I just put in my vitamin E and my Liquid Germall Plus, and I'm going to wait just a little bit, and then I'm going to put in my Pomegranate essential oil and my Lavender essential oil. I just put in my my Liquid Germall Plus and my vitamin E, and it's down around 120 right now, and I'm going to wait until it's about 115 to add the pomegranate lavender. The lavender has really overcome the pomegranate, so it's almost like the pomegranate didn't stand a chance, but it's in there anyway. I've made this before. If you just did exactly what I just did, you could even use different oils, you know, as long as you know which ones you want to use and why. It's a really nice product, but I find that if you use too high a shear, meaning your hand wand blender would probably be too much. I think that the KitchenAid whisk attachment is too much. I'm going to use the paddle on this one. But I'm also going to wait till it cools down. You can liquefy this thing really easily, and I still haven't figured that one out. So I'm going to try to be gentle with it, and I don't think it needs, you know, all that whipping, because I've whipped it and turned it into, you know, just about, you know, soda consistency. So be careful at this point with whipping it. I'm going to take the pH because I need to know that. So let's see. pH. I didn't want to torture you by making you watch this. It keeps bouncing between like 5.55 and 5.65, which these are very, very sensitive if you've seen my other videos on them. So I'd probably say it's probably around 5.5. So what I'm going to do now is that while this cools down, while this continues to cool down, is I'm going to take a break and see if I need to raise the pH. I don't know that I do. If it was lower than 5.5, I probably would, but I think that niacinamide can exist peacefully in 5.5. So I'll be back. Okay, the niacinamide is fine at 5.5. If it wasn't, I think at this point I would not be fooling around with trying to raise the pH. I would just forego the niacinamide at this point. But 5.5 is good. It's recommended that you never use niacinamide with acids like alpha hydroxy acid, salicylic acid. Never use it with ascorbic acid. And you'll see a lot of, one of the reasons that I really don't like, you know, giving tutorials and mentioning the actives, because there's so much bad information out there that I don't want you to combine my good information with possibly someone else's bad information, and you can't remember that you got the good stuff from me. So I'm going to go with 1% of niacinamide for this, and I'm going to actually, it's not as thick as I'd like it to be at this point, so I'm probably going to put it in the freezer for a little bit. If you look at that, it's drippy. You definitely don't want it to be drippy. So I'm going to check the temperature. Okay, it's now about 55 degrees, which is usually the perfect... Okay, it's about 55 degrees, which is usually the perfect whipping temperature. And this is a cream... Well, no, it's more of a lotion. I don't know exactly how I'm going to package it yet. I want to see, you know, how much it firms up. If it becomes as fluffy as I expect it to, you know, I'll put it in a jar. But sometimes I've made this, and because of the water content or the aloe vera juice content, it can go in a pump bottle. So I don't know yet. We'll see. So I just want to show you it coming off the paddle. It's absolutely acting more like a lotion than a cream. So I'm going to like continue to let it set up and then see how I'm going to package it. So I wound up bottling it in this 16-ounce bottle, and you know, I obviously don't usually sell 16 ounces worth of lotion. This is a vitamin B lotion. It's really nice, and probably put it in smaller things, but these pump tops just don't work. I'm going to have to talk to them about it because ridiculous. I have so many of them.